Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown by KT Racing coming September 12th, 2024. 13 years after Test Drive Unlimited 2. Dave, do you like this idea of racing games?
Can I be honest?
You don't like this one.
Not really.
I do.
You do?
We're about to debate here. What
S-
has you not excited about this one?
I don't know. I feel like too much time has passed. And then also, I don't love like this. I don't know, dude. Like, I don't love the introduction of like story into racing games. It just doesn't, it just never works for me.
I don't really know if this is going to be so much. Yes, it's going to have like the story elements, but I think what's going to be more important about this game is leveling up your player to rise in the ranks and like put effort into buying your cars and like rising the factions. I don't think it's gonna be solely focused on the story because I know what you mean. Like, what is it? Forza and then the Crew Motorfest. Like, it's all about the the festival and all this. I'm like, yeah, I don't really like that. But I don't know if this one. Like, I think it's gonna play a role, but I don't think it's gonna be so important to the gameplay.
I mean, if as long as it's not like I'm okay with it then, but like I don't know, it just feels very story driven to me. And like I'm gonna be honest, Need for Speed is like the biggest offender of this, of just horrific campaigns.
Early ones were good though. Like
Early
the
ones, yeah, no,
Most
early,
Wanted was fun, but once it
yeah,
got to what's the most recent one where it's like the neon, like
yeah,
the
with the neons, NFS or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, I did not like that one. That one was
That
really bad.
just so corny and cheesy, and you're just
Yeah,
like, ugh, this is so cringe right now.
yep.
I just
But
want to race cars. Like that's I don't know. I don't know. I just like in a racing game, I just want to race cars. So for me, the only thing that really matters is like the driving ability. And I feel like at this point, like if you only care about racing cars, then you should probably only care about like Gran Turismo. Because I mean, who's gonna do racing cars better?
Assetto Corsa.
Okay,
I
but
know what you mean.
like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah, you
But
know what I mean?
out of the three, like out of Forza, the Crew, and other racing games, like those two specifically, this one actually has me a little bit more excited than those two, and I'll kind of tell you why as we watch the trailer, or to kind of describe the trailer. This one's taking place in a 1-to-1 ratio of Hong Kong, um, and I don't know if it's essentially taking place in the future. You'll see, like if you're just listening, or show the trailer. It started in like 2030, but now it's back to 2027, and essentially all they're describing is just trying to rise up in the ranks in the streets of racing and yeah, it's just showing a bunch of cars and saying it's a competition between a bunch of people. Um, yeah,
And is this cinematic or gameplay?
I think it's a mix of both. And there's a lot of gameplay online, and it looks really good. That's another thing I really like about this game. I think it has a little bit more of the realism aspect. So not it's not photorealistic, but I think the graphics of it are really well done.
See, I'm gonna debate you there too because I feel like
Look at that.
it kind of looks last gen to me.
I don't think so. Maybe it's just
I
the way you're watching it right now on our bad screen.
I had it in my notes though when
Oh,
I
okay.
was watching trailers and gameplay and prep for this. It just
Oh,
feels
yeah. I mean,
it
the
just
character models, I think so. Like
character models are real bad. Like
yeah.
the I don't know, just the gameplay itself. I just feel like you're only okay. So
Look,
this
we're
is
out
the
there.
thing.
That was some good water looking stuff.
It's even the cars. Like the best thing on the car is the license plate.
I don't know. I think the cars look just fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I think they look good.
I don't know, dude. It just feels last gen to me.
I don't see why do you say that?
I don't know.
What
It just feels like a PS4 game to me. It just doesn't feel like what I'm like. It doesn't feel like the graphics that I'm expecting right now.
I think it's hard to make the graphics so photorealistic in a racing game that has a 1-to-1 scale Hong Kong. I think that's like the same thing as saying like, yeah, you want GTA to be absolutely perfect, like to look like real life.
See, but I don't want GTA to be absolutely perfect, and I don't expect GTA to. I think this is the biggest thing for me, right? When it comes to racing games, there's only one thing, and that the only thing that matters is racing gameplay. And I feel like you need to like really wow me or like knock me out of the park with the racing gameplay, because everything else is secondary, and this just it doesn't look bad, but it didn't like blow me out of the water.
Okay, you're saying it looks like a last gen game. Is that
Right.
because of the graphics?
Yeah.
But you said the sole focus needs to be on the racing.
Right. It needs to be the racing experience.
Yeah, the racing experience is how the cars drive,
No,
and
the racing experience encompasses everything for me. It's how the cars drive. It's how everything looks. It's how the environment around me looks when I'm driving through it. Like
I think that's what they're
there's
doing with this game.
I don't know. It doesn't look like that to me.
They're putting emphasis on engine sounds. They're allowing you to customize like different tints, let you roll down your windows. They're making it about the car.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're at a standstill right
Yeah,
now.
we might be at a standstill. It looks good. I don't think that it looks last gen. And Dave, you think otherwise, and we're disagreeing. And it's okay because we're good friends here. But I'm gonna quit the podcast after today because you don't agree with me. Just kidding. No,
Does it
but
look bad? Okay, hear me out. Does it look better than Gran Turismo?
no, I don't think any games will look better than those kinds of games though.
When did Gran Turismo come out?
But the thing with Gran Turismo, it's not open world. I think the world is so big and it wouldn't run very well if you like it wouldn't run if you tried to put that much graphic detail in such a huge game. Name an open world game where it's just like absolutely stunning through and through the whole game. Open world wise.
I mean, like a lot of the RPGs that I play.
Okay, name something that
Stellar Blade just came out. It was
oh,
phenomenal.
okay, dang it. Yeah, that one does look really good.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Hmm.
saying. I feel like we've reached a new pinnacle. You know what I mean? And like this game didn't get there. How
Hmm.
long has this game been in development for?
I have no idea.
Did they make the switch to Unreal Engine 5?
Probably not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I
Yeah,
didn't look at
so
that. But I think, and then adding the multiplayer aspect. Okay, how about that? Open world multiplayer MMO game.
that's fun. Being able to race with your friends is
No, I'm
fun.
saying which games you think look stunning as an MMO game.
I don't know. I don't play them.
Exactly. Okay, okay, that's fair. All right, well, we're at a standstill with the graphics talk. I think the game looks fun. I think they have a lot of elements that is going to be really cool. I really do like the aspect of having a faction to pick, and you have to like level up that faction. I think that's really cool.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not like trying to crap on the game. It's just this one thing. Like it just does look kind of last gen to me. I think that like the emphasis, like you said, on customization is really cool, because I think that's something that has been lacking in racing games for quite some time. I mean, being able to customize your car was like back in the day, being able to do the full customization and Need for Speed and stuff like that was like kind of not the main. Yeah, it wasn't like the main reason to play the game, but I mean, it was a big chunk of it. I mean, lots of people spent lots of time customizing their car, so I like that they're kind of doing some emphasis on that. I just, I, I don't know. I don't know.
All right, well, let's dive in a little bit more about like what's in the game. So the factions are the Streets and the Sharps. Those are kind of lame names. I don't know why that's the faction names they picked, but essentially you're competing against each faction for different challenges and rewards. There's going to be 30 different car manufacturers, which that's quite a bit. I think that's kind of normal in these racing games nowadays. You'll be able to customize them. I already talked about the working windows, sunroofs, all that stuff. The social aspect of this game is very similar to Forza and the crew, where like there's different hubs of socialization. How about that? I'm using wrong words tonight, aren't I?
And like the worst words ever.
Yeah, I know. But socialization, uh, and so there's different hubs. Like there's the hotel where you'll get to have your own garage. And I found this kind of weird and kind of lame. You can only showcase 6 cars at a time. They say there's plans to increase it, but I feel like that should be like at least like 10 to 15 cars. Like, but I also have some other things to say about that. You can hang out at the dealerships, workshops, clan HQs, and it's a game you can play alone or with your friends. Um, they're gonna have a ranked mode, so I'll probably not play this game very long because there is gonna be a ranked mode, um, where essentially you're bronze all the way to king and queen. I don't know how far of a jump that is, and it says we want it to be a very challenging experience to rank up. I'm like, well, there's my PlayStation wheel that I'm gonna throw across the room when I'm not winning. So, um, very grindy, and that's a big thing about this game where I'm gonna kind of crap on it. Like, am I more excited about this game than I was the Crew? Probably not. Am I more excited about than Forza? Probably not. I just think that it's a racing game that looks pretty cool, but where I'm gonna kind of it lost me is, like you said, the grindiness. So I was doing some more research, and actually this kind of popped up today. Um, they said to unlock the most expensive car, you're gonna have to play 200 hours into this game. Way, way too long, and there's gonna be probably videos of people like, "Oh, this is how you get the most coins fast," and like trying to find those videos is lame too. Like, I don't want to have to do that. I just want to play and get my cars that I want fast. I will say though, with the Crew and Forza, like they punch cars down your throat. Like they put so many cars, like, "Oh, here you get this car next, you get this car next," and it's like, okay, but I don't know, like I haven't got to experience any cars because I have to use this next car, and there's a new one right away. So I do like that aspect. Like, you'll have to work with your car and get to know it a little bit. But the fact that it's gonna take 200 hours to unlock a car is crazy.
That's literally what we were just talking about. Is these developers just think that like people need to put 200 hours into a game to have it be like a game that they're happy with.
Right. And I don't like that about this game. And I think that they'll realize that nobody's gonna play this game long if they do that, because, like you said, they need to like we already talked about, game developers need to put a game that people want to play because it's fun, not because they feel like they have to work towards something. Like, I mean, I take that back. Like, you want to be able to like feel like you have to work to something, but you want to have fun doing it. You don't want to feel like a grind the whole time. And even with like that, the person I watched that played the beta or the early access or whatever he did, he said that he had to do the same race over and over, and like there wasn't enough races to keep him occupied. I'm like, that's a bad sign. I granted it's early on, but that's like if you're already doing that, and then they even like this, they highlighted this as a positive. You play the same race over and over, and the AI gets harder. Like, I'm like, what? Like, how's that fun? Like, I don't want to do the same exact route 10 times, and just the AI gets harder.
I mean, this is like kind of the classic situation of needing to find this quote unquote happy medium. And the way I kind of think of it is like when you're looking at an objective like this, did you did you enjoyably work towards a goal, or did you move past that into just going through the motions territory? You know what I mean? And that's what game developers need to find. They need to find that that part in the game where you feel like you've achieved something that you should be proud of, but not take it so far that you feel like you're just going through the motions. You know what I mean? And it's I don't know, to me it doesn't need to be that much of a challenge, and for me developers always take it way further than I think it needs to be.
Conversation, they're just trying to grab your time and not giving you an experience. And we can keep beating on that drum, but I mean that's where it's at right now. It's like I don't want to have to grind this car for 200 hours to unlock it. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. You'll have my attention probably 30, 40 hours, and then I'm going to move on because I can't unlock anything in that span of time. And um one thing I think this game does a lot better, and yeah, you said it has that little story element, and I think what they're not really pushing is the whole uh what is it called? Like the festival. Like, I'm glad this game doesn't have a, "Oh, you're in the Crew Festival, Forza, jump over cars and Hot Wheels." Like, I feel like they have a little bit more step to the realism, and you can see it in the way like the cars drive a little bit. Like, if you hit something in this game, like, you slow down. But like, if you play Forza or the Crew, you run into a light pole, you're still zooming 130 miles an hour. if you drive on the grass a little bit in this game, it's going to slow you down, and I think that's really cool.
I mean, definitely focus on realism. I know it kind of craps on the graphics a little bit. To me, it does look a little it does look a little last gen. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean that's just my personal opinion. I know that people are excited for this game, so I'm wishing it all the best. And like at the end of the day, it's a driving game. Like driving games are always fun, especially if you have wheel support and stuff like that. Like they're always a good time, at least for a little bit.
And so right now for me, this is about like a sideways, almost up for me, but just the fact that it's gonna be so grindy is not gonna be a game that I'm gonna stick with long. But other than that, I think they're doing things right. They're bringing back a game that people loved back in the day, and I think test drive fans are gonna be very excited for this game. But I just don't think it's gonna hold my attention for very long.
This is 100%. I'm not going to give this a thumbs down. For me, this is 100% wait for on sale game. I think once this one pops on sale, go ahead and grab it. Check it out for like maybe 20 bucks, probably around 20 bucks.
One last thing I'd probably want to say, just racing in general, the niche isn't saturated. So I'd like to see more games like this. Like games where like it's not always Forza, it's not always Ubisoft's Crew, or I want to see more like games like this in terms of racing, because there's really not a bunch of open world racing games.
And we talked about this with Monster Truck Rally. Like, just give us something cool that we can use the wheel with, and like people are gonna dig it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but like I said, I don't know. This one is an on sale game for me. Let us know down in the comments if you are going to be grabbing this one at launch, or if this is also an on sale game for you.
September 12th, 2024, if you're looking to win to get it. But
If you're looking to win, are we doing a giveaway?
no, oh dang it. Whenever you're looking to get it, my bad. But now we're doing giveaways. We're saying the wrong words. I'm gonna offend people tonight. No, there's no giveaway. I'm sorry, but I'll probably take that out because I sound like a jerk. No giveaway for you.
Adam's giving away a copy of the game.
Woohoo!
Let's go.
No.